Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast for the haunted attraction entertainment community. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. And this is a very low-effort kind of episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're a week out when we got to head to Transworld-ish.
Yeah.
So we're doing a low-effort one, but our low effort can help you, because our low effort is going to be to tell you low-effort ways you can make more money at a haunt. It's just low effort all around. It's a beautiful cyclical thing we have going here. Yeah. Laziness for all. In all seriousness, I've been sick, so if I seem a little bit off or a little bit wonky, you know what's up. I'm feeling much better, but
yeah.
Anyways, if you want to see an episode we actually put work into, or actually listen to one, please do check us out at hauntweekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and Haunt Weekly on YouTube. Great easy way to access all the past episodes. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify. I don't know, there's a lot of places, but we're on all of them. So check us out. So, yeah. I guess we're going to lean right into the question of the week.
Yeah.
Because I think it flows more naturally that way this time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, last week's question of the week, we asked the inverse of the week before.
Yes, we
did. Week
did.
before, we asked you, why do you not go back to that haunt? We all have that haunt. What did they do? But we asked the reverse. What made you a passionate fan or a super fan of a particular haunt? We got some great answers.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal.
McDonald Michaels said, became a fan of Castle Blood back in 97, fully immersed in the lore of the haunt, including how everything tied together from haunt details to characters and costumes.
Reading him talk about this, I never got to do Castle Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard so much about it.
Me too.
Since, and it seems to be one of those haunts that has earned or grown its reputation after its closing,
mm-hmm.
which is kind of a rare beast. But no, that is cool, and that's one of the things we like talking about is the importance of story and lore, but also tying it together and baking it into everything you do. Victor Rules said, made me think, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
And then if I can't figure it out, it's going to be stuck with me for a bunch of weeks.
Yeah. That's fair.
I feel that. And you're damn right. That will make me a super fan of the haunt. Now I got to go back and figure out how the fuck they did it.
Uh-huh. Allie Stone said super clever hiding spots and a jump scare heavy haunt.
Yeah, she actually listed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I just took the first one to save time.
I understand.
But that was a lot. But yeah, the Haunted Home and Boutique that we went to this year, the one we went to.
Decomposed?
Yeah, Decomposed. I just couldn't remember. The name was blanking on me. Like, our friend runs it. But then again, that works for just about any haunt. So, in the area. But yeah, Decomposed. That was one of the things I really admired about Decomposed was how creative the pop-outs were and how well hidden they were. They really did a masterful job hiding, and mad props. Yeah. Mad props. Lindsay Bacon said the haunt is loud, vulgar, grungy, and physical, all things she likes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jared Haggerty said, borrowed from me. And
borrowed from me. He borrowed from me. Quoted me.
Yes, they borrowed from them.
Okay.
And said, feeling the love put into the place.
Yeah, he was saying he agreed with what I said, though, about just feeling the love. Sorry, I wrote the notes confusingly.
Yes, you did. You put me.
Yes, I did, because I was me writing the notes.
I thought somebody went to his haunt, and then they borrowed an idea from him, the way it was written.
That would actually make me a fan of a haunt if I did see something we did in another haunt.
Yeah. Maybe
getting upscaled because of from a home haunt to commercial scale.
Yeah.
I could see being happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty chill about, I think we need to get pretty chill about ideas being copied, and as long as the implementation is different.
It's not like it's not done already.
Yeah.
Just don't get mad about it.
Yeah. Well, our industry really has opened up a lot in the last 10, 15 years or so. I mean, sites like the Garage of Evil sort of kicked off this idea that we're going to share information rather than try to keep it locked up.
Yeah.
And I think that's made us much better of an industry. We've got home haunts now, tiny little home haunts, that can kick the shit out of pro haunts 30 years ago because they get those tutorials. They know how to do that kind of distressing. They know how to build those props.
Yeah. Well, and it would be a dickish move to steal their, unique selling
Oh
property.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
But,
there are boundaries still, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember we went to a haunt and we saw the closet, going through the closet, and we liked it. But what if it ended like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of the way they had it. I think it was from Chamber of Horrors. We saw the closet, and there it dumped out into a dark room, which, by the way, can be a lot of fun in a black morph suit. But we're like, well, what happens if we use that as a transition into just a hellscape scene?
Yeah, because that was the year that they had the closet. 13th Gate had the hellscape that came after all of the claustrophobia tunnels.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, people go through closets all the time, but they don't come out the other side expecting to see a bunch of gore.
Yeah, we just basically took those two ideas and go, now kiss.
Yes,
kiss.
basically. Yeah.
Kiss. And it worked out really well. It was a great scare for something that had no startle element to it, really.
Yeah.
It fucked with some people.
People stopped in their tracks.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why we didn't repeat it, was because it's really hard to get the fuckers moving again after that.
It is.
We had to put a lot of work into that. So, yeah. Anyways, this week's question of the week is a simple, if not predictable one.
Mm-hmm.
Who all's going to Transworld?
Yeah.
We're going to be there.
Yes.
We'll be farting around and doing things. Like I said, we'll be there with Conjured Media.
Yes.
Not as Haunt Weekly, but there are so many people I'm looking forward to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think that's what I'm finally getting kind of stoked about it. Because I don't get stoked about trips. Anybody who knows...
Well, okay, you don't get stoked about trips to places we've already been. New places, we're all in.
Yeah, oh yeah. You're going to ship me, especially to outside the United States, I'm all in.
Exactly.
I'll be packed in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly.
It's that level of...
Just get a backpack and go.
But yeah, I'm not always the most enthusiastic one about trips, especially conferences and conventions, especially ones I'm not speaking at or not have a real clear idea what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. I've been seeing all the people who are coming. I know a lot of our friends are going to be there. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. So with that in mind, no, we haven't done any work on our haunt. Probably won't till well after Transworld at this pace.
Yeah, because basically I wasn't feeling well Saturday and you weren't feeling well yesterday.
Yeah, today rather. I ended up taking the morning off because I woke up feeling terrible. We lost a lot of our weekend to whatever this weird stomach thing is.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
0 stars.
But at least it's fast moving.
At least
it goes away.
It's really very fast moving sometimes. Runs right through you.
Yeah.
Yay, poop jokes. The exact height of integrity and honor that you expect from Haunt Weekly. I know.
It's
exactly the level you expect.
It is.
And if you expect more from us, what the fuck have you been listening to?
Well, then we should talk about our low effort ways haunts can make money.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Because that goes right along with that.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's like the old commercial says, do you want to make money? More money? Sure.
Yeah.
We all do. But here's the thing. I get it. You've got other shit to do. You're running a haunt, and believe me, I've never known a haunt owner that doesn't have a million bajillion different roles. Mm-hmm. From the biggest to the smallest haunts, you're doing the contract work and the construction. You're doing actor recruitment and training. Mm-hmm. You're trying to get all the business licenses and take care of all that. So you're doing everything. I get it. So you might not have the time to go out and launch a new online thing or do something big, for your haunt to make more money or do more shows.
Yeah.
I get it. So what we wanted to do, and we got on this, we'll talk about how we got on this topic in a little bit, because actually it's kind of a fun story. But yeah, you don't have time to do any setup thing too big. We get it. So we wanted to come up with low effort, low energy ways that you can make more money with your haunt. Mm-hmm. And in many of these cases, I would argue greatly improve customer experience too. So we tried to keep the things that were relatively inexpensive, relatively doing a lot of heavy lifting in that.
Yeah.
And we tried to think of things that required the least amount of manpower, both in setup and especially in operation.
Exactly.
And I think we nailed on a few here.
Yeah, I do too.
And so, first one, take it away, Crystal.
All right. An arcade. I mean, you're trying to appeal to teenagers and young adults, And retro arcades are really in style right now.
Like to give you an idea of how in style they are right now.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, we've been in New Orleans now for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have a video arcade or a place dedicated to it for the longest time.
Right.
Then a place called Sea Cave opened up.
No, before that it was Barcadia.
Oh, that's right. We have 3 now. Shit. I forget about Barcadia. Barcadia's a chain, but yeah, the point remains. Yeah, Barcadia opened up. And then, shortly after that, a place called Sea Cave opened up. And then, literally 3/4 a mile down the same major street from Sea Cave is a third one that's opened up.
Yes, we can't remember the name because we haven't been to it yet.
Yeah, we've been meaning to go to it. It just hasn't worked out. It looks really cool. But yeah, these cater to both teens and adults. All of them have bars.
Mm-hmm.
And offer adult beverages.
Yeah.
But no, they've become super popular. And I think this is something Haunts could get in on. Because here's the crazy thing I found out while doing some research.
Mm-hmm.
Arcade cabinets are not as much money as I thought they were.
No.
Okay, the prices on the old ones, the classic ones that we grew up with, those are still pretty high. I found a Mortal Kombat 2 machine for $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
It does work, though. So that's good. I didn't actually look up how much delivery was because I was scared.
Yeah.
But anyways, but here's the thing. You can get new ones for as low as $250, even lower than that if you're willing to do assembly.
Yeah, well, and, I really love pinball machines. Like, I always have since I was little. And this is actually how this idea came up. And the whole idea of the episode came up was because we were sitting at a bar.
A brew house more than a bar. I don't think you get to call it a bar when it's actually the place they're brewing the beer.
That's true, but,
Whatever. But
anyway, it's the place
we were in a hipster brew house.
Basically. And they had pinball machines, and they had some other things off of this list that we'll get into later.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is low maintenance.
Yeah.
We should do something with this.
Oftentimes, you can get good deals on arcade cabinets, used pinball machines, and things like that. Keep your ear to the ground. And here's the best thing. Well, here's one thing I would go say right away. Get rid of the quarter munching model.
Yeah.
That's too much maintenance.
People don't carry cash.
No one carries cash. You're going to have a credit card or an Apple Pay system for getting quarters.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to do like a lot of the fun parks do and just yank out all the quarter boxes and put in those little stupid card readers.
Yeah.
And now you're just jacking the cost. This is supposed to be a small little thing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not envisioning them being... So don't fuck around with quarters or pay per play. Just do a one price admission for the night.
Yeah. And this could just... you don't even have to have that many machines.
No, you really don't. If you only got like 8 machines, fine. Charge $5 to let people play on them. Mm-hmm. You got a much bigger arcade, you could probably get away with a higher price tag. 10, 20 or whatever. I think you can actually... But you could get this off the ground very easily, very cheaply, and make it an alternate revenue stream. And the best part is it can help with the fucking queue line bullshit.
Yeah.
It gives people something to do instead of standing between a bunch of fucking cattle gates.
Exactly. We're going to work that. We're going to try to work that into every episode this year, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if we've missed any, but it feels like we've talked about it every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it in there. Yeah, but I'm gonna work it in there because that is my biggest pet peeve about haunts.
I know.
It's haunts that just have you stand in a bunch of cattle gates in a field somewhere, waiting to go in. I'm not spending money. I'm not having a good time. Mm-hmm. Nobody's winning in this arrangement.
Nope.
This can help do it. This can help change it. And we've seen it done similarly this before. But yeah, you can get an arcade going fairly cheap. And, you need to make sure you have the needed rights. One of the things that did make us sad was we saw one of those arcades that was using pirated and emulated games.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Be legitimate about it. Trust me, it's not that difficult.
You can even focus on horror-themed games.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, if I walked into a haunted house and they had like an arcade cabinet with all the different Splatterhouse games.
Yeah.
That would be bitchin'.
It would.
Also, I would love to go to an arcade and play Haunting Starring Poltergeist. We actually did an episode on that game because it actually talks a lot, because you learn a lot about haunting through it. It's weird how that old Genesis game that everyone forgot that's not named us. actually teaches you some good basic scare tactics. Distract and startle, how to pull people the way you want them to go. A lot of good stuff in that game. Go back. There's a previous episode on it. But yeah, you could do this with horror-themed games. Now, obviously, don't do the Silent Hills because we don't want to actually scare people. No,
you don't want this game to be scarier than your haunt. Or potentially.
We don't want to compete with Silent Hill, is what I'm saying. But yeah, you could do horror-themed games. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
It would.
Number 2. This is, I think, my new favorite idea, and I want to see this everywhere now.
Yeah.
This is my new favorite thing. Weird vending machines. Now, let's start talking about normal vending machines for a second, because for some places, just regular Coke and Pepsi and snack vending machine could still be a good thing.
Yeah, it could.
So, yeah, and here's the thing. You have 2 ways you can typically do it. One is you can buy the machine and stock it yourself. That's a pretty significant upfront cost, especially if you're getting modern vending machines. So that might not be the best approach. Or you can partner with a local company and take a cut of whatever they earn.
Right.
And sometimes if you have a place that has a lot of foot traffic, especially year-round, you can actually just rent the space to someone else. But here's the thing. If you have concessions of any stripe, if you sell food and drink, this is a potential undercut. This is potentially undermining your operation.
The food and drink.
The food and drink vending machines. So don't sell food in them.
No.
Put other weird shit in there.
Yes.
And this goes back to the bar.
Yes, or the brewery.
The brewery, or the brew house, yeah. Basically, I noticed that they had a vending machine tucked away in a corner. It looked like I was in that movie Big, where you have to go into the weird corner and there's a magic machine.
Yeah.
But anyways, it actually sold a wide variety of stuff. It sold books.
Yes. Keychains.
It's
mystery bags.
Mystery bags, which I think were more books, but yeah, mystery books.
I have no idea.
I don't know. We didn't get one. We should have gotten one.
We should have.
Story would be a lot more complete if we had. But what we did buy from that machine is a $20 hunk of artwork.
Yeah. There's a little metal piece that's painted. It's by a local artist. It's signed on the back.
Yeah, it was $20.
Yeah.
It was a little metal thing. And honestly, it was cool. Now, they had to retrofit this machine to take Apple Pay and credit card and debit card and all that. But that's something that is not that difficult to do, it seems.
No, because you can also buy them like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the cost, but they've retrofitted the ones in my building to actually take credit card. Yeah,
and I honestly, any vending that doesn't take credit card is not going to be very successful vending.
Yeah.
Because you can't count on people. I can't say, nope, it's not that nobody carries cash. It's obviously a gross exaggeration. Mm-hmm. You just can't count on people having cash. You used to be able to count on it.
Don't somewhere's... Okay. Do T-shirt vending machines exist? Because I think that's a thing that
they exist
somewhere.
They exist, yeah.
Because we could do, haunts could do that instead of having the booth.
Yeah.
That's one less person.
Yeah, if you wanted to do a booth focused on different things, perhaps. Maybe you wanted to move it. Like we talked about the gift shop. How you move away from just selling merchandise to selling a gift shop environment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You take your merch, put them in a vending machine nearby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can do a lot with this. And like you said, as long as it takes a debit and credit card, I think it's a potential moneymaker all around. Mm-hmm. I actually hopped on eBay to try to find vending machines. Mm-hmm. Prices were all over the fucking map.
Yeah.
I mean, they ranged for new ones for like $1,000 to $5,000. But I was able to find used ones as cheap as $370. Mm-hmm. So you can definitely get some cheaper vending machines if you're willing to do a little more work to convert them over. Because, I think the only place I see a non-cash vending machine, as weird as this is the cigarette machine at Crown and Anchor.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that
non-card.
Yeah, non-card. You're right. Non-card. And I think that's probably a state law issue more than a...
Yeah, probably.
Because, we're in a state where cigarette vending machines are still a thing.
Yeah.
That is weird enough.
Yes. I used to play with all the little knobs as a kid.
You and I both got so much shit for doing that when we were kids, too, because... I mean, I never got a pack of cigarettes out of them. I just want to go, wee, to the little knobs.
Oh, but what if you bought one of those, but instead of selling cigarettes, you sold packs of cards of haunt characters?
That could be interesting.
That'd be fun. Or, like playing cards,
and the thing about it is, like the one that is at Crown, and also I think the other bar that we go to has one. They are so old-fashioned. They can fit into a haunt theme easily. They don't need much distressing or work.
No.
They just picture a cigarette vending machine in your head and stop. You're done. That's what they look like.
Yes, with the little pull handles
and the wood frame and the half
they're
broken.
Beautiful machines.
They're beautiful machines, but they do have that aesthetic from a long time ago.
Yeah.
That also makes them a natural addition to any haunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, fill them up with fucking playing cards. Fill them up with baseball cards or whatever, the trading cards. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Just, obviously, with any vending machine, though, you're going to have to mind security concerns. Empty them if they take cash. Empty them every night. Make sure they're in a place that's well watched and viewed. Just be smart. That's what I'm saying. Moving on.
All right. Wall art. Follow the example of many restaurants and pair up with local artists to sell their work on wall for commission. Now, we also saw this at Hell's Gate.
Yes, we did.
And their merch area gift shop. I'm like, what's the word? Just off of work. My brain's not working right. But yeah, it's low risk to you. No upfront cost. You get exposure for local artists, so you help them out. And
will oftentimes use their social media presence to advertise they're selling art at your store.
Exactly. And can be a great... Yeah, exactly. So it works within the gift shop. It boosts it. And every time we've gone to a haunt that has either had an artist set up or had art for sale, we've bought.
Yeah, we've pretty consistently bought art.
And if we're buying stuff that's art related, we're also buying merch.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, I agree.
Basically, it all counts as one transaction. So if we got to pull a card out anyway for something else, we're gonna
might as well get a wristband or a T-shirt or whatever. Yeah. You know? Get a something or another at least, right? Yeah, it's such a basic idea that I don't know why this isn't at almost every fucking haunt.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I can guarantee you there is a local artist that fits the aesthetic of your gift shop and your haunt, and you can sell their work. Or maybe even better, you can commission the series and just work out this arrangement where they can sell them at the haunt.
Yeah.
You know?
They could even, do original interpretations of your characters.
Yeah.
And then you sell the prints.
Yeah.
You commission the piece, but then you own it.
Yeah, I don't really understand why more haunts haven't jumped on this. I really don't.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that just seems so obvious to me. Speaking of things that seem fairly obvious in hindsight, a referral program. Now, in this space, I'm pretty much talking about electronically.
Yeah.
Because it's just the easiest way to keep track of who referred who. But yeah, why should you do all the work marketing your haunt? Basically, referral programs can be a great way to encourage others to promote your business. You can do this one of two ways. I actually dug into this some. There's two different paths you can take with this. One is the more traditional, just give a referral fee, usually between 10 and 15%. The other, which I saw on a couple of minor league sports teams as I was bouncing around the internet, is just give prizes and packages for people that do the referring.
Yeah.
Like you refer, your referral code's used to sell 10 tickets, we'll say. Yeah. Fine. You get a free t-shirt and a pen, or whatever.
Yeah.
You sell 25 tickets, whatever. You get a bigger package, and it goes, in one case, it went all the way up to a meet and greet and a party you got to attend with all the members of the team.
Fun.
So just it kept growing and growing. I think this is a potentially great idea. It's fairly easy to implement online. The problem is, I don't know if any of the current haunted attraction payment processors, which seems weird to even have that be a thing, but I don't know if any of them enable it. So you may need a new ticketing system. And that could be a lot of work. That could be a huge pain.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure. I think that most of them probably do, but I don't know.
I don't know. This isn't something I've checked. But yeah, if it's not compatible with your current ticketing system, you might have to replace it. But if you're setting up your online ticketing system, make sure it has this ability. And that way, if you so choose, you can launch this and have others help promote your haunt for you online.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are some things you have to be careful of. One is, you got to have a policy against spam, because if there's something that goes, the one thing that goes sideways in every referral program I've ever been anywhere near is there's some people that get a little over enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And they start spamming that shit, and that ends up hurting your brand, because now they're seeing not this person's post, they're seeing your name, your shit spammed in forums and places like that. And so you got to have that. Also, as per the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, you have to have proper disclosures when you're using referral links.
Right.
So advise on that. They're very simple, common sense rules that I don't think anyone should be too worried about. But yeah, just go look up what's been going on YouTube with referrals and that, and you'll see what I mean pretty quickly. But I think this is a potentially great way to drum up some more interest online and get people to your haunt.
Yeah, I agree.
All
right, number 5. So we're just over halfway now.
Yeah.
Grab bags. This one's easy because people love a mystery.
Yeah.
Like if I see something for sale and I don't know what's in it, then I want it more. I really do.
No, no, you're not wrong.
I restrain myself most of the time.
Like we restrained ourselves from that vending machine from getting a grab bag.
Yeah, but that's because it was marketed wrong to me.
Yeah, it was.
But that's why. But yeah, so if the merch that isn't selling, put it in a grab bag.
Yeah.
You can put in prizes like upgrade to VIP, extra ticket for a friend for next time, or a bounce back ticket. You could do all sorts of things.
The main thing is it has to be a good deal for both you and the customer.
Uh-huh.
And a good rule of thumb I've seen with grab bags is that you have the value of the grab bag be about twice what they're paying for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that typically seems to work. So say you've got a $50 worth of merch in the bag, sell it for $25.
Yeah.
You got $20 worth of merch, sell it for $10.
Mm-hmm.
This way, even if it isn't what the customer wanted necessarily, even if they're not over the moon about it,
yeah,
they can't argue they didn't get their money's worth.
Yes. They got their money's worth. They got a story out of it because they got to solve the mystery of what's in the back.
Yeah, and it's so weird because we live in a society now which is going off on the pontification run. Yeah. God, this is what being sick does to me. I just immediately go all Moses on this shit. We live in a society now. I don't know why I picked Moses.
I don't know either.
Because I'm preaching from the mountaintop.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
There are no mountains in Louisiana, honey.
No, there are not. I am preaching on the hilltop. The levee top.
I was thinking Monkey Hill.
I think that is still the highest point, technically. But
I know. Anyway.
But anyways, moving on.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, way off topic here. But yeah, the main thing for me with this is, like I said, it has to be something that's a win-win for everyone. Don't let people feel bad about it. And, you know?
Well, and I've seen this done at, like, Michael's.
Oh, now I remember what I was about to say. Okay. We live in a society where there's tons of grab bags out there.
Yeah.
Do you do Bark Box? Do you do like a Loot Crate box for something?
I would love a subscription service for a haunt.
Oh, so do I.
Like subscribe and get stuff sent to me every month.
Those are grab bags.
Yes, they are.
You are paying X dollars and getting don't know what, but you know it'll have a value that, at least on paper, that exceeds what you paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in many cases, it's stuff that you can't get from anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing like that I did, and I was, that I didn't continue after 1 month, was because I didn't feel that the value was there.
Yeah.
Because I knew better places to get better quality.
Like, we did Bark Box.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time when we had Calico.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, that dumb fucking dog loved seeing that Bark Box rock up. I don't think... dogs can't read, is what I've been told, but I'm not convinced.
I think it just smelled like the place that all of his toys and stuff came from.
Probably that, and he recognized the shape of the box and thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But still, those are grab bags. Yeah. Implement that. You don't have to do it as a monthly subscription. You could do it as just a grab bag box, or a grab box, I guess, in this case. Mm-hmm. And say, $50 to get $100 worth of shit or whatever. I think that could be great if you use something to move merch like we were talking about that had been moving.
You could do like old t-shirts that you got in a warehouse that got, You know, it was your first year and you put the year on it.
Yeah, you can't sell them, but you might be able to include them in a grab bag. And hey, I would be ecstatic to get shirts from years gone by at a haunt.
That are out of print.
And there's no other way I could ever get them.
Yeah.
I think I would be over the fucking moon.
I'd probably be buying multiple bags so that I could get all of them.
Yeah. All right. Number 6. Mm-hmm. Photo booths or photo in general. I kind of expanded this. When we put this one down, we were thinking about those pay $1, get 4 photos type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those are really cool. But I think there's actually a lot more deep we can go into this.
Okay. So before you get into your ideas, because, I think that a photo booth like that, where you get in, you pull the curtain closed, and randomly there's a drop panel in the booth, and a character pops through and's in one of your photos.
Or, if you didn't want to go all that length for it, what you could do is have the digital image on the photos like they do. So that, like on the third photo, your character is suddenly in the background of it or something like that.
Exactly.
You could do that. You don't even need to have the physical character there. You can have a lot of fun with this. This is, I think, a good idea. Mm-hmm. And because what a lot of haunts do today is they'll have that photo op. Either they'll have a photo op where you take a cell phone pic for social media. Those are great. Keep those going. You should do those. They're good promotion.
They should be optional.
And then they have the ones that you get the professional photo taken and then you can buy it. Or, get the digital for free and buy the print. I get it. It's cool. It's easy. But look, when I was researching this, I ended up on a site called shutterbooth.com. Uh-huh. I'm not saying buy from them. I don't know shit about them as a company. I can't promote them. But definitely check out their corporate event ideas. Mm-hmm. They have some kick-ass ideas I think we could implement. They had an aerial photo. Basically, they took the camera, they put it in the ceiling, and so like the subjects were laying on a bed or something. Mm-hmm. Just change that to a horror scene. Boom. Very unique photo.
Yeah.
That there's no way they can take themselves.
Yeah.
They need this rig.
Yeah.
This isn't like, a lot of the photo ops we've seen where it's like, I could take this photo easily, you know? No, that wouldn't work. They do a GIF booth, which is where instead of taking a static photo, you make a GIF. Oh, I can see a lot of merit in that.
Oh, yeah.
And they even have what they call a catwalk video, which shows people walk down a catwalk strutting. You could easily do that, but incorporate haunt characters in it to startle or scare. There's so much here beyond just the, hey, stand in front of our logo with one of our characters, say cheese, boosh, photos.
Yeah, exactly.
So much more that can be done here, and so little effort for most of it. Mm-hmm. It is absolutely bananas how, like I said, shutterbooth.com, just not necessarily promoting the company, but the ideas.
Yeah.
Go check out the site. I definitely think it's worth that.
All right.
Number 7.
Specialty contest.
Oh, man. Yes. Love this one.
Yeah. So recently, we went to Revion, which is a New Orleans Christmas tradition.
Christmas time tradition.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, all of our holidays last at least a month and a half.
Exactly.
So it was like 2 weeks before Christmas, but just understand.
Through the 6th, through Epiphany, basically. Yeah,
we're still technically dealing with Christmas because we're in Mardi Gras season now, so it feels like we just never left the holiday.
Well, we don't. Anyway, so we had a meal in local restaurants. That's what Revion is. And they gave us a red envelope on it with instructions not to open it.
Do not open. Big, bold fucking letters all over it.
Yeah. There were a list of prizes on the front of the envelope. And,
But void if opened.
Yes. And you had to go back between a certain time period.
In the month of January, basically.
Yeah. In order to claim the prize.
Which, guess what? We did.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I wasn't gonna... we put that fucker on the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. I've been staring at that motherfucker every day since we got it going. Come on, man.
Yeah, if we don't go back before we leave for Transworld, we'll be opening the other one to see what's in it.
Yeah, we actually got 2 envelopes. I don't know why we got 2. We were 3 people.
I don't know, because nobody knows what a poly looks like.
No, but anyways, moving on. But yeah, we went back. We spent $70 on another meal there for the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And we won a free milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind you, it was a very good milkshake.
It was.
It was a king cake milkshake. It actually had a hunk of king cake in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very good milkshake, but we want a milkshake, not the 40-inch TV.
Yeah.
Which is one of the bigger prizes. But here's the thing. Contests like this to encourage return visits.
Uh-huh.
I love that idea. And that one was great. But you don't have to go that approach. Another great way to do it is custom scratch-off tickets.
Yeah.
I looked into this
Mm-hmm.
to get the pricing. If you order, it's like anything else that's custom printed. The more you order, the cheaper it gets per item.
Yeah.
So if you order 500, it's $500 pretty much.
Huh.
But if you order 10,000 of them, it's only $1,200.
Oh. Yeah, that's better than $1
That's about
per ticket.
you're hovering about 10 to 12 cents per ticket when you get into that range. And so the idea is say, hey, the first 1,000 customers on these nights gets a free scratch-off ticket. Bring it back, scratch it at the ticket booth,
Mm-hmm.
and win your prize.
Yeah.
And it has to be validated somehow by the ticket booth.
Mm-hmm.
But that way, they have to come back to see what they win.
Yeah, they have to go to your gift shop or your merch booth.
Yeah, they have to go somewhere to get that, to scratch it off and see what they won. They have to do it on another day. And I think that is potentially brilliant. And after I saw how cheap it was,
Mm-hmm.
Haunts should be doing this.
Yeah.
I think this. Now, obviously, the prizes can be whatever you want them to be. It could be a free ticket. It could be a piece of merch. It could be a free VIP upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you can make it a lot of different things. But the goal is to get them back a second time to redeem that prize.
Yeah.
Because, trust me, curiosity will kill some cats if you give them a scratcher that they can't scratch off until they're back there another night.
Yeah. Exactly.
Curiosity will do some cat murdering pretty quickly there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. You could also do the envelope like what we had at the local restaurant.
Right, and that's probably doesn't run into the local gambling laws as much as the scratch-offs.
Yeah, obviously you've got to check your local laws to see what is legal. Now,
Yeah.
typically, if you give them away, they there's no harm, no foul because it's not gambling.
Gotcha.
Because
that makes sense.
They're not spending any money. This is a free contest.
Yeah.
For them to enter. So yeah, look into your local laws. Don't get the state gambling commission on your ass. You don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these types of contests that deliberately get people to come back another night later in season can be a boon for getting repeat business inside the same year.
Yeah.
And I would really love to see this because there's a lot of haunts I wouldn't mind seeing twice some years.
Yeah.
But we never really make the time to do it because we really don't feel like we have a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a reason.
It is.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Motivation.
It's just the weirdest thing, isn't it? Weirdest thing. All right. Moving on. This one is another one we explored recently. But have customers make their own merch.
Yes.
And we only had 8 things, apparently. I thought we had 9.
Apparently it's 8.
Oops, sorry about that. So this is the last one. I thought we had another one. Maybe we'll come up with something at the very end. I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not.
We did last episode.
Yeah. But have customers make their own merch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like Rise is the place we were thinking of immediately. They have a really cool process for making t-shirts on site.
Yeah.
They have the steam press and everything ready to go.
Yeah, not to mention how smart just that is. Having a bunch of blank t-shirts, and then you pick the image, and they make the shirt in front of you.
And here's the thing, and we know this from our dealings with this space.
Mm-hmm.
Blank shirts are damn near free. They are so cheap.
They are really cheap.
If you order them in bulk, it gets insane.
Yeah.
How cheap they are. It gets wild how cheap they can get. So if you don't need if you don't need them to do the printing, you can get t-shirts for stupid cheap. You don't have to worry about running out of a particular style of shirt. Mm-hmm. All you got to focus on is do you have all the needed sizes.
Yeah.
That's all you're worried about now is sizes. And I guess color of shirt too if you're doing multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a haunted house. You're probably doing black shirts and...
Well, that's not always true. Basement of the Dead had bright pink.
That's
we
true.
bought one for Ellie.
That's true. But yeah, but it was such a neat idea right off the bat. Great plan, great idea. It would have been cool if we could have contributed it in some meaningful way to making it.
Like just pulling the handle.
Pulling the handle down.
That's it.
Like, there's that guy at Renfest who makes the drop stuff. I'm trying to remember what it is. The molten drops. And he has the customer pull the handle to start the process.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it actually is.
Sorry.
He's always near the mini donuts.
Yeah, but I mean...
But a little thing like that, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You can justify a cost. You can justify an increase in terms of price, and it makes it much more special for the customers. That's already in here.
Oh, okay.
She just updated the show notes with the next point.
Well, fine. You didn't give me a chance to read them.
But hey, if you don't want to do that, maybe then there may actually be risks in that. I don't know. But there are plenty of other things you could do. Those crushed pennies. Mm-hmm. When we went to City Museum in St. Louis, the most expensive souvenir I bought was 5 of the crushed pennies.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. I paid them like $10. They gave me 5 pennies.
Yes.
That's a hell of an exchange for them.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also do pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
Especially,
hold an event.
Yeah.
And this is something that doesn't just have to be pumpkins, but hold an event to let people carve pumpkins for your haunt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
To make decorations for your haunt, and they will pay you for it.
I mean, but honestly, you can do just about anything here because charm bracelets require you to build your own set. Dear God, if Build-A-Bear can still be a fucking thing in the year of our Lord 2023.
Yeah. But here's the thing, that if you're doing this and they are making things that are for your haunt, they're going to buy tickets to come see the thing they made in your haunt.
That is true. That is true. So, yeah, you get to choose. Do you want them to buy it, make it, and take it home?
Uh-huh.
Or they'll have that attachment to it, or, with their permission, obviously, have you use it in the haunt. I don't know. You could go either way. I can see merit to both.
Yeah. I would love, like, a little class on carving those stupid craft pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Craft pumpkins.
Yeah. There's a cute smushed up name. I am not coming up with it right now. But yeah.
Getting customers' hands on making things.
Yeah.
That lets you increase the price. Yeah, you do less work and increase the price. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
Yep.
And they will have a greater attachment to it. So if it's something that they want in the haunt, they're going to buy tickets to go see in the haunt, like you pointed out.
Yeah.
If they take it home, they're going to have that in a prized place. They're going to actually show that off. And
because they got to meet you and the people who you have running the classes, obviously characters. I don't know that I have to say that, but I feel like I have to say that. Then it's going to make them super fans of your haunt, which was the question of the week last week. Yeah. People love doing things with their hands and making things. And that's one of the things that is really, a lot of people feel is missing in their life right now. Yeah. So much screen time, so much digital. The actual physical act of making something is often lost. It's one of the reasons why we became haunters. A lot of people become haunters is because they love doing that. Yeah, and it's interesting because on the college campus, I'm looking around at how many people are taking advantage of the seats outside and reading books. Not school books, just books, physical books, not e-readers, or they're playing tabletop games. Because there's been like a push away from so much digital, especially after COVID, where everybody got so overloaded with all of the Zoom meetings or virtual meetings. There are others than Zoom. Yeah, this is something that's fairly low effort to implement. Yeah. I mean, it can be as simple as just having a machine that grinds pennies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It can be that easy. Or it could be like having to pull the handle on the t-shirt press, but giving people something tactical, something physical. It gives them a stake in the product, and it's an experience that they're not going to get anywhere else. It's not something, So focusing, because that's one of the things, one of the reasons why haunts have remained popular
it's because it is one of those real world, in the moment experiences.
Yeah.
That's still, it's increasingly rare. And this is just an expansion of that. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's all. Yeah. I think that's a good chunk of ideas there. Hope some of it was actually useful or at least entertaining. Oh, I just remembered what we should do for 9.
Okay.
Ellie's idea.
Oh, yeah.
How the hell did we forget about that already?
I don't know. I expected it to be in here.
No, she told it to me like 5 minutes before you rocked up.
All right. So.
Number 9, special one.
Or original that we just forgot. Yeah. But have concessions in the stand. Have like runners. Like she explained it like Grubhub or something for in the line. Yeah.
Basically, if you have to have people stuck in the cattle gates, mm-hmm. you probably and hopefully have it set up so that actors and staff can interact and be, and intermingle with the line easily. If you do, it's not that much of a leap to say, hey, these people are runners for the concession stands.
Yeah.
If you want some nachos and some hot dogs and some sodas, you pay them.
Giant corn dog at a stick.
You pay them, they go get the food, and they bring it back to you.
Yeah. And you tip them.
Yeah.
Yes.
All.
Or you have the people walking around with the giant things like well, I don't know if they still do it at circuses, but
I'm sure they do.
Like cotton candy or popcorn balls or, stuff.
Yeah, but the idea of having runners to your concession stand, they can get food for people food and drink for people who are stuck in line.
Yeah.
That is such a brilliant idea that I've never seen implemented, really.
No.
Not to that full extent.
Mm-mm.
We've seen, like, some of the on-foot vendors, like you just described. We've seen shot girls at the House of Shock. We've seen things like that, but never just, hey, give me your order. Mm-hmm. I'll take your money or your card here. We'll process it, and I'll go bring you the food.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, that's such an easy idea to implement, and it doesn't really involve changing that much about your queue line. At least it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 9. That feels better now.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to change the title. See, low effort. I am so dedicated to low effort, I will work my ass off to avoid making effort. Wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, everyone, thank you very much for putting up with us this past hour. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you in about a week at Transworld.
Yeah.
A little bit over a week in Transworld. Next week's episode, I don't know when it's coming out. Mm-mm. We'll have to figure out timings because we should be leaving.
Well, next week we should be okay next week. It's the week after that.
Okay. But
that's the issue.
Well, I know we're leaving early for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But anyways, so stay tuned to social media. Follow us at all the places. HauntWeekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and Haunt Weekly on YouTube. Follow us there. Keep up to date. We'll be posting our plans as we go. But until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And we will see you all next week with another low-effort episode. Why, they're all low effort. That's the secret.
Yeah.